Hello and welcome guys, welcome back to another long anticipated, maybe, episode of the Multiplex project, V2. Gotta make sure I state the V2-ness of the channel every single time that I load in. The most useless perk machine in the world right there, well, for my current purposes. Yes, so Verrukt. Thank you to the commenter who suggested that we shall play Verrukt, and at the same time, pleasantly, I want to say nasty words that I shall refrain. I don't even know if I'm on the correct. Is there a correct side for what I'm gonna do? Maybe not. Yeah, I kind of hate the idea of playing Verrukt and love the idea of playing Verrukt at the exact same time, because Verrukt is just one of those maps that can suck. You see, Verrukt as a map, do really love it. I love the atmosphere, the vibe. Well, I love one of the biggest things introduced, obviously the perk machines. That is, gotta be one of, one of many great introductions of World at War. But obviously wouldn't need to state it. One thing I am clearly not looking forward to is the Verrukt Sprinters, which is probably going to be the big reason why I'm going to die in this. So, strategy is probably don't go for the box until I've got, sorry about that, until I've got Jug. That's probably going to be my big priority as a first perk, obviously. Been playing a lot of challenge. In every single challenge we've done so far, we've not taken Jug once, which in however many videos I have made, that is quite a lot of videos, in my humble opinion, to have not taken Springfield. That's not going to happen. To have not taken Jug once. I am definitely going to be taking this M1 Grando, because I'm going to be honest, this is not quite the room that I want to be knifing and training zombies in, especially on the Verrukt. Not the Verrukt, but the World at War engine. I think there is something to be said about this map when I was much younger. I didn't get a whole lot of exposure on this map because, obviously, when much younger, I didn't have. I'm going to see if that gives me points. Yes, oh, nice. Didn't have money to buy these map packs when I got my own account. But I had played this map a few times, and it always had like this. Sorry, guys, I've just had my tea earlier, so I'm going to be a little bit coffee. Apologies for that, guys. But when I had played it, I didn't obviously know about Verrukt Sprinters, but this map was just always so cool. Can't quite put my finger on why this map was so cool. I think the first thing is the fact that you spawn in different rooms. That one always got me, because you're on the opposite. Two of you on one side, two on the other. So you're playing this like half game of zombies on each side until you get to the power. So that was definitely really interesting. But I think the creepiness, but also like, I guess the orangeness with the dull, like, don't know how to. It's sort of like a red, like a deep dark red, but very dull orange from the fire look about this map. I'm trying to put my finger on what actually made this map so cool, but I think it was just the overall vibes. But then obviously perk machines were just such a fascinating concept, especially if you've been playing Nact for quite a long time without the option to be able to play this map. I'm definitely going to get out of it. Then this map was crazy. That's where a perk would be, I believe, on Black Ops 1. And I guess the traps. There's a lot of things that this map. Bloody hell, I've hardly got any money. A lot of things that this map introduced, but it's also just a really creepy map. You know, you never really, I don't think I really played it a lot, just because it is such a tough map. I probably played it multiplayer with 4 people, and I can't even remember what the strategy was, because, you know, not a lot of people, you know, might have been, I'm not going to make that blanket statement, actually. Many people could have been playing this map. Obviously, right now you see that nobody's playing this map anymore. Pretty much, unless they are, well, I'm out of ammo. Unless they're just with mates or going solo, because you go online and you know people have got the map, you just know people have no interest in actually playing the map. We can also, well, you guys probably won't be able to hear it actually because there's no game sound. You might be able to hear it. There is also the Marines voice acting in this, which is also quite fascinating. As a concept, is he running? No, actually, there's 2 of them. It's going to be quite a dangerous, quite a dangerous maneuver if I don't just make a smart move. Actually, let me just wisen up for a second and buy a Thompson, correctly priced, and kill that last zombie. So yeah, it was one of those maps that I didn't really often get to play. I think Der Reese was always the absolute best map on this game when you had it as a map pack. Not that I often had Der Reese available to a younger self of. I am mincing my words. To my younger self, I did not have hardly any of these maps for quite a long time. Mates' accounts had them, so sometimes you would just cheekily log on and play them on there. But other than that, my exposure to these maps is extremely minimal. In the earlier perspective of this game, to be honest, playing online, like I played a lot of this more recently, Verrukt, just because it is one of those really interesting maps. And I know there's a few strategies to do. With multiple players, I would probably want to be on this side of the map actually, and just sit down in a hallway and just. Oh my god, that was close. That scared the absolute shit out of me. There's a few strategies going. I would sit on the opposite side of that door there and just pray to God that nobody opened it. If I was playing with mates on, we've done a lot of this on Black Ops 3, just because Gobble. So this is one of those maps, in my opinion, that standard version is not something that I would often play. Just as, oh, well, let me play Verrukt. You know, I'd never think I just gotta have a game of Verrukt. But on Black Ops 3, it adds this interesting turn of the tides where instead of being the one just absolutely. I could get Jug right now. Instead of being the one beaten up on by the zombies, you can do the beating up on the zombies with Pack-a-Punch, Double Pack-a-Punch, all the perks in the game on Black Ops 3, and that turns into a really interesting version of Verrukt where you could actually get some really high rounds going. But I've obviously seen the train strategy, which is I believe in this room, which I obviously will be attempting to perform. The ammo placement is not great, but I do now have Jug, and if there is a Wonderwaff, I will not be picking it up for obvious reasons. Yes, so there's only a few strategies that I really know about this map, to be honest, because not playing it a lot. I think you could probably maybe. I doubt you would be able to train around that. I've seen. Ah, yes, there's another one. I've seen people. I think it's a high round strategy up there, where you just keep activating those traps. I could probably attempt such a thing. Maybe not probably, let's not undersell myself. I could definitely do it. But I'm more interested with seeing today, at least, how the training strategy is going to be, especially when these guys start running like I am, prime rib um, brains. Sorry guys, just getting a little bit gassy there. So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna maybe camp out in here for a bit, get something nice out of the box, and I hope you guys aren't. Is it epileptic or just sensitive to light? Because this is maybe one of the worst areas to be standing. I'll also need to remember the fact that the box is not going to stay here forever. Oh, yep, there's one of them. That classic Verrukt sprinter look, which just makes them look a bit derpy, but at the same time, when that guy's, oh my god, it's kind of scary. Not gonna lie, guys, this is one of those maps that, even to this day, can evoke fear in me because it's just such a. Oh, I also remember another strategy being just standing this area here and, have a couple of guys out here and one down there. I don't think you survive very long, but it is a strategy all in all. Wonder if I'm actually, oh my god, wonder if I'm actually going to get anything good out of this box before it leaves me. I need something good just to get out of this room, to be honest. Oh my god, this is not, okay, I really need something good, please, 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 please. I take an MG right now, or just anything like, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, I was not expecting that, I will be honest. That was not the device that was expected to come out. I was expecting some utter trash and to be screaming at the box. Even with this ray gun right now, I am not confident in my abilities to keep killing these guys, because I don't want to get too close in case they Verrukt sprint at me, but at the same time I do have Jug, so I can't be too much of a pussy. But also I need to respect that these guys are really quick. Let me see if I can snipe that guy. It's quite interesting how he's just standing there and he's not climbing through that window, so I'm just going to knock him out. I really need to get out of this room. I'm going to keep hitting this box, see if I can get it to move. I don't really need it anymore, to be honest. Yeah, there's not really another gun that I'm going to need to take out of here, so let's move on down back to where. Probably come back up for speed call at some point if survival permitting, and get into the brunt. So the main thing that's really going to annoy me about this is this effect. I absolutely hate that water effect being on my screen. This is kind of similar to Nact in tightness, but I am okay. If this was not Verrukt, I would be dead there. I gotta be honest, I set very low expectations here. I'm not for, obviously I know what the title mainly consists of, obviously, Rook Challenge, but I'm not really too sure, oh my god. This is fun. Where, oh my god. Where, sorry guys, this is, where's the set? Oh my, I want that. Oh my god, these guys. I want that insta kill, but I could not get it for the life of me there. I don't know where to set my expectations on this map, because as you just saw, I'm not. This is not a map that I am particularly well trained upon, and it is one that freaks the absolute hell out of me. I don't know what Treyarch was thinking with this one. To be honest, second map being like one of the toughest zombie maps in COD history. I'm guessing people were saying at the time, "Oh, Knack's way too easy. It's boring. We want something that's more of a challenge." And then Treyarch was like, "Oh, more of a challenge, you say? Well, here is more of a challenge than we probably think you were." Oh my god, how am I still alive? How am I still alive? Oh my god. Okay, guys, if you want to put your thoughts in the comments of how I am still alive, that would be. Okay. What time are we at? I think I've only got 30 minutes on the device. But yeah, that was ugly. That was a shocker. I don't know how I survived for so long to begin with there. Let's just go again and see what happens. Not quite sure how I was surviving at all there. And then, yeah, just got stuck. Those. Sorry, guys, I'm really gassy after that food I just had. Those Verrukt sprinters do not play around. So, I guess to put back into the fact, I don't know where to set the challenge here. 15 seems a little easy. So maybe around 20. That was round 10 was just difficult there. But if I go stand up there in that nice little spot there, this could become not as challenging as it seems, because I think you've got to be an absolute madman to try and train this out. I need to see if I can get through these rounds a little bit quicker, because I've not got a lot of time on the device. I forgot to delete some old videos. Yeah, I'm not even really sure what the strategy, because I don't want it to be like cheap. Because if I do it up there and I get to round 20 too easily, then the challenge has got to be around 30. But I don't know if I want to do another round 30 challenge so recently. But round 20 in there also seems a little bit ridiculous. But I'm gonna have to do a bit of a test, litmus test, I believe. So round 10 was already getting up there quite difficult. I guess one aspect is that I don't actually know how to play this map. Another is how difficult it is. Yeah. Oh my god, I literally got stuck. If he was gonna be, I have this one memory from when I was younger. I think it was more on Kino, but every single, the zombie that double scratches, we'd always call it double scratch Dave. I'm not really quite sure. I think it's just like double scratch, and then Dave, because that was the easy. Oh my god, how slow are these zombies? That was the easiest sort of rhyme to that. So every single time I think of like a double scratcher, I'm always like, that's double scratch Dave right there. He's coming to kill me. Which would be absolutely brutal on this, because I'm not going to get revived. I'd be honest, if you do have thoughts on this map, any thoughts, I guess everyone has a thought on this map, drop that in the comments, because much appreciated to hear what you guys think of Verrukt. Maybe an extra little bit of like, what is your highest round on Verrukt? Because that would be quite interesting to know, because personally I have avoided this map like the plague for as long as possible, because I guess it's just one of those maps that there is enjoyment to be found, but at the same time, I'm always like, that is not a map that, if there's like Kino, there's Knack, there's Der Reese, even like Shino Numa at points. I don't know about 5. I'd also rank 5 to be in the same sort of difficulty rating as this map. I'm just gonna have to take that out. I'd never think. Oh yeah, like I said before, I'd never think. Oh, let's just play some Verrukt. Ooh, classic Nazi barrel right there. One aspect of this that I really do like though, is the Asylum similarities. Is also really. I don't think it obviously isn't mapped after Asylum online, because obviously this is not what it kind of is and kind of isn't what Asylum looks like, I feel, because it's like, more of a bathroom back here, like a shower area. But obviously there are asset reuse from Asylum here, which is quite interesting to see what Asylum could look like if it was in, full condition. I'm out of ammo already again. I think I've stayed here longer than I did last time. A bit more of a focus map this, to be honest. Yes, so it's quite interesting that, it's, I guess, you see like Nact has the what's that one called? The airstrip map. I'm forgetting. What's that called? I can't remember what that map's called. You know the one, big massive map with the airport in it. Is obviously, and the mission. Hard landing, maybe. Don't know. It's also got the Verrukt. Shino Numa though. Yeah, completely unique. Can't think of any asset reuse on Shino Numa, and then Der Reese looks a bit like a DLC map, but at the same time, I think there's. Oh yeah, I better get out of here. I think there's definitely a uniqueness, but it has that sort of. I can't again name what it called. I think it's like Nightfall or something like that. And, I think there's one more. Nightfire might have been what it's actually called, and then I think it's just Nightfire. Looks very much similar, but they probably came out in the same content pack. Also, it's crazy how they haven't, they even hadn't fixed this door issue, which this is like the worst thing about the doors in this game, in my opinion, is that you're like, I need the door, and you run right up to the door, and then there's like a little spot there for some reason, but you're like, I'm trying to get the door, but you can't get it, and I bet there's many players have died because the door did not open how they expected it to open. Yeah, seems like my topic bank for today is obviously not as strong as it has been. There are two things, I guess I will say. I will, and if I do, I need to be called out immediately. There are two topics that will never enter my videos. Politics is one, and I think I can't remember what the other one was. I guess breaking news. We're not here, and I guess I'm already kind of bringing it up, and I apologise. But that's one thing I always want to keep on my brain, is that I'm not here to state any political belief or belief about the world, religion. That might be my other one. I just don't want to I'm already dragging down the video. Oh my god, I'm dead. That's what I get. That is karma for even bringing it up. I don't want to ever talk about any recent affairs. I always want to keep it really light-hearted on here with you guys. Just want to have fun. Um, Playing some zombies. I think I'm gonna set round 20. I'm gonna make a commitment. This is obviously I'm gonna cut this video here. This has been more of a test run of seeing what it's actually gonna be like, and obviously it's gonna be really difficult. Um, do I just always spawn on this side, or can I get the other side? Because I'm wondering. I'm guessing I can't get the other side without. This is crazy. You can't get the other side without reloading. Oh no. Wow, how many? That was like six or seven times in a row on the other side. Um, yeah, always want to keep it really light-hearted here, guys. Um, I do need to go into some. I'm always kind of wondering. I am building myself into a Call of Duty bubble. Um, I do want to play Minecraft. I've set Minecraft up on my PC. I would love to play some Minecraft on here. Weaving in between. I'd probably not be doing the old TV and the phone camera. On that, I'd probably get a capture software, uh, as assuming that you can get one for free. But I would be playing beta Minecraft on there. So I might give that a test. Try and differentiate my content up a little bit, because I know that a lot of people might not, transition from Call of Duty to Minecraft. But when I was younger, that was like the two big games were Call of Duty, Minecraft. If you weren't playing Call of Duty, you'll play Minecraft. If you weren't playing Minecraft, you're probably playing Call of Duty. In my bubble of friends. Um, so I would love to. And beta is the version of Minecraft. I might record a video after this actually. The version of Minecraft that I played when I was younger. Because it was like I guess the 360. If I could get 360 edition in beta form, I would. But I'm gonna be honest, it's a lot of work to find. I think a disc with the build, and then get an Xbox and don't connect it to the internet. I do have a spare Xbox, as you might have seen. That's what I use to prop my camera up. Um, so that's a lot of work. It would be fun. It would really be good but at the same time, I don't believe there's infinite worlds on there as well, so you can only really get so far on a 360 edition world, and I don't want to be boxed in by that small world limit, although that is what we had. But back in the day, you just made new worlds all the time. It was just, oh, let's get a new world going. Um, Whereas on PC, that was where it was actually going down. But personally, I'm going to save some topics, but beta is my favourite version of Minecraft. You would really have to put a gun to my head for me to even want to play modern Minecraft anymore. The game is not what it used to be, but I'll save that for my topics. You can say whatever you want about me. You can say whatever you like about modern Minecraft. I respect all sorts of opinions here, and I respect that we're all different. We all like, different functions, different mechanics. We might not have been playing it then. We might just not have association. We might love that version because even if you didn't play it then, you just love the simplicity. There's a lot of different perspectives, and one thing that I've always tried to do throughout my life as I'm growing older is understand different perspectives, because I know myself previously I've been very um, stuck in this is the way and any other way is not right. But everyone, it's the same with like pop music. I don't like pop music, but I know there's a great market for it. People love it. So you or you as in those people can listen to pop music and I'll listen to what I like. Well, and there's no saying my music's better than yours or my version of Minecraft's better than yours. We all love what we love for the reasons why we love it. And my cat is here to say hi as well. I have got 17 seconds left on this video. I'm going to have to sign out now. I'm going to ask my cat to sign out. Okay, she doesn't want to. Do you want to sign out real quick, Millie? No, we got 5 seconds. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit up all those other things. Thank you, guys.